to produce raids from that starport. The advantage of the starport is that once he translates that, once he puts the control tower down, he's going to have dropships out from it, and that's going to really help him put pressure on Bisu, because Iris will be able to translate. And Bisu critically, I didn't notice this, guys. Bisu critically takes a refinery down at Iris's main, and that's going to hurt Iris a little bit. But Iris, remember, is still only on the one factory in the starport, so it's not going to bother Iris, I feel, too much. It's not going to hamper him terribly. But Bisu has put another expansion down at the 6 o'clock base, and Bisu knows he needs to do this in order to be able to catch up in terms of his economy. Again, it's hard to say at this point which player has the better economy, because Bisu's own economy has been unharassed, even though he was on the one base the whole time. Iris did have the 2 command centers pumping SCVs, but he had SCVs taken off the line a lot. He lost a refinery, he's lost SCVs, he's been forced to do a lot of repairing, so it's hard to tell which of any of these players are ahead at this point in time. I feel that it's very, very close, but I feel the fact that Iris has held his defense does give him perhaps a slight edge, and the fact that he's got that control tower now coming down perhaps could be the difference in the long run if Iris can scout that expansion at 6 o'clock and put pressure on Bisu as Bisu tries to get back in the economic game. Bisu now with 4 gateways down as well, getting that macro up and running. This is going to be an epic matchup between these two player guys. Exactly the kind of finale that we deserve. Now, once again, Iris trying to snipe that shuttle, not able to do so. Bisu bringing the Dragoons around to protect it. Bisu again with about 4 Dragoons sitting outside Iris' natural expo, and Iris is forced to spread his few forces quite thin in trying to defend both those places, and that's what Bisu has done so effectively by using those drops. He's not allowed Iris to defend at a single point, as the Terran likes to do, and he's not allowed Iris to fight on his terms. Bisu has kept the fight on his terms. He's kept the pressure up. Now Bisu looks like he has secured that 6 o'clock expansion. I don't think Iris is going to be able to put up too much pressure on it, and Bisu, it seems to me, is getting ahead in this game. It seems to me that Bisu is taking the lead in this game right now, and it's going to be on Iris to try and do something to put some pressure on Bisu. Looks like Iris is now starting up his second factory finally. He's now got that dropship. This is going to be a critical phase of the game here. Bisu's not coming in again with the shuttle. Iris has got a couple of siege tanks in place though, dropping the Dragoon right on top of the shuttle, now dropping the Reaver as well. Reaver takes a shot. Ro8 now coming into the shuttle. Reaver shot, I don't think it killed any SCVs. Now then Reaver shot, this time he's gonna he's not able to kill. I think he only killed a couple of SCVs. Now the Reaver goes on, the shuttle goes on, the Dragoons are killed as well. I don't think that was very cost effective. Now Iris dropping vultures in Bisu's base. Bisu is prepared, however, he's got a couple of Dragoons in there. Dragoon running into the spider mines, draws and takes out. Both the Wraiths get taken out, but he's lost the Dragoon. Second Dragoon takes a hit. Siege tank, great micro by Iris, using the siege tank with the dropship. Now he's got that siege tank in place. He's got a siege mode. He's going to get one shot off on another Dragoon goes down to a spider mine. Bisu managed to take the siege tank down, but I think he lost about 3 or 4 probes there, and he lost 2 Dragoons. I feel that Iris did a good job of harassing Bisu there at the very least, even though I'm not sure how cost effective that attack necessarily was. He lost 2 vultures and a siege tank, but he didn't manage to pull that dropship out there. Bisu with still the 4 Dragoons camping Iris's main, and I guess he wants to keep that because he wants to keep that robotics facility. He doesn't want Iris to push out and take that down. Now Bisu putting the double force down at his natural expo. Iris with that dropship in a slightly vulnerable position. If Bisu pushed forward, he could possibly snipe that dropship. But Iris now bringing a couple more siege tanks out to his front. Bisu coming in with the Dragoons. He's going to try and snipe the dropship. Dropship takes 1 hit. Second shot, and the dropship gets sniped. Horrible by Iris, leaving that dropship vulnerable, surrendering the one real advantage that he had in this game. Iris just leaving that dropship there hovering. Now brings the siege tanks down. He's going to be able to take most of these Dragoons out. 1 Dragoon dies. The 3 other Dragoons are fighting a retreating battle. Iris pushing forward. He's just trying to get out and clear out so he can try and take some more expansions. He knows that he doesn't want to leave Bisu there. Bisu forcing our cancel on Iris, and as well as killing that SCV. I'm not sure what Iris was building there. Perhaps the supply depots. And that's one of the things Iris has done brilliantly throughout the series. I don't think Terran players do it well enough or often enough, is blocking buildings in front of his siege tanks to prevent Bisu from getting in with those zealots. And I think it's proved effective throughout the series and helped Iris win the games that he's won. This game is just right on the wire right now, folks. Bisu having taken that dropship, I feel the momentum is shifting, starting to shift once more back towards him. He's got his 5 gateways, he's got his 2 expansions up and running, his 3 bases. I'm sure he's got speed upgrading in that citadel. Now Iris is trying to take that expansion out. However, remember, 2-base Terran can do well against a 3-base Protoss, so it's not a decisive advantage for Bisu. Iris now putting his 4th factory down. And Iris, I have to give him a lot of credit for the way that he's macroed, even though he's made a couple of small mistakes. And Bisu critically does want to hold that robotics facility. He doesn't want to lose that, and doesn't want to be. Of course, he can afford to build a new one now. Now Iris once again coming with that dropship. If he had true dropships, how much more effective could this drop be? Now Iris coming in, dropping a couple of vultures in Bisu's main. He's dropping about 4 vultures, and those are going to go in. There's only 1 photon cannon there, but Bisu's got good building placement that should make it difficult for Iris to really do any sort of harassing. He's getting another pylon warping in. Iris meanwhile planning spider mines all around Bisu's gateways, and that's going to hurt Bisu. He's going to lose a couple of zealots in the process. He lost 1 Dragoon. Bisu now with zealots fighting against Iris' vultures, and Iris' attack is going to come to naught here. It's not really going to be very effective. I think he's killed 1 Dragoon. Now he's managed to get a couple of vultures within range and kill about 2 probes as well, but those 4 vultures are going to go down. 1 Dragoon and 2 probes for 4 vultures. I'm not sure that's really a great trade. Bisu now got the Templar archives up, and I really feel that Bisu hasn't stormed much. I guess we haven't seen a lot of late game play in this game. Out of the 5 in the best of 5 set, out of the 4 games played so far, I think 3 of the games have been decided in the early mid game, and so we really haven't had a chance for Bisu to show off his storming skills, which are quite elite. He is able to deliver the perfect storm, and I think if he can do that in this game, that's going to make all of the difference. He's got the Templar archives up now. Iris once again coming out. Iris, meanwhile, has taken that expansion just south of the 6 o'clock base, and he has managed to secure that. And Iris doing the slow Terran crawl. Bisu, meanwhile, has got a large amount of Zealots. Now Iris once again pushing around with Vultures as well as the dropship. Looks like he's going to try and persist with his drop. The last one wasn't too successful, but looks like he's going to try and go for another one. Bisu with a lot of Zealots, and that is one of the things that we've seen Protoss players being guilty of in the recent past, of not getting enough Zealots. But Bisu's certainly not going to make that mistake in this game. And Bisu still controlling the middle of the map, I feel. He's got a large force there, but Iris has been able to push him away from that emplacement he had outside Iris' National X. When Iris trying to get us around, he's got a couple of siege tanks in that dropship with those Vultures, but Bisu with a lot of Zealots coming in, and Iris is now going to see that large force of Zealots, and ouch, Spider-Mine running right into the majority of Bisu's Zealots, and Bisu's being a little bit careless here with the Zealots, losing more Zealots than he should, but to those spider mines, but he successfully thwarts that attack, and looks like Bisu is trying to take that expansion just north of the 6 o'clock base. Bisu now ferrying probes towards, and Bisu looks like he's put another expansion down, so Bisu macroing heavily here, and really Iris needs to do something here because Bisu's going to pull ahead, although both players on 3 bases right now. Even Bisu gets the 4th base, it will still be 4 bases for Bisu, 3 bases, and Bisu's going to see those dropships heading out with those observers, and Bisu's going to be in a position potentially to snipe it, and Iris really cannot afford to lose those 2 dropships. I think those 2 dropships are filled with tanks, so because Iris is using those dropships to protect his tanks and to get his tanks quickly on the battlefield and keep up with the Vultures, and I think that's a great strategy by Iris to be able to give himself the extra maneuverability that the Terran forces lack in this game. Bisu looks like he's going for a counter because he sees what Iris is doing. Iris is now trying to run by. Bisu bring the Zealots back. And Iris just putting some spider mines down. Iris trying to get towards that expansion. Bisu trying to hit that dropship with the Dragoon. Iris trying closing in that expansion 6 o'clock position. Iris putting spider mines down to delay Bisu's force from coming in while he drops 4 siege tanks. And Iris doing a good job of delaying Bisu's forces, however, and Bisu's now going to be blocked by his own pylons because of the drops. Bisu does have a shuttle, however, but Iris with the 4 siege tanks is attacking. Bisu getting those Zealots in, but they're not able to close in. Iris blows up the dropships and runs away. That was a great harassment by Iris, and he did brilliant tactics there, using the Vultures to delay Bisu's force, and that's exactly what he needs to do if he's going to stay in this game, because otherwise Bisu's going to run away with it. Both players pretty much mined out in their main. Bisu with 3 mining expansions, Bisu with 2, and Iris now coming in and dropping, and Bisu's Arbiter Tribunal could potentially be vulnerable. They're only the 1 siege tank, and he's going to go back and drop again, and this is clever by Iris. However, Bisu is prepared for it this time around. He's got a Zealot waiting there for that siege tank, and Iris is going to have to do some Bisu micro. Second siege tank being dropped as well. Meanwhile, Bisu bringing some Dragoons in to clear out that siege tank at the 7 o'clock position. And Iris with 3 siege tanks dropping, and this is horrible for Bisu because he's pulled his force down. He's losing a lot of probes. This is horrible. He really cannot afford this. Bisu should be the one storming Iris's SCVs. However, and it looks like Iris once again is going to be able to get those dropships away. Iris is doing a great job of back and forth ferrying, but now I feel that those dropships might potentially be trapped. They're going to struggle to get out of there. One dropship looks like it might have gotten killed. The second dropship is still there. Bisu now looks like he's going to get ready to counter, but he lost a lot of probes. I think Iris killed about 10 probes there, and that's not what Bisu can afford right now, and that's not what he needs right now. Bisu with a large force of Zealots accompanying his Dragoons, trying to put pressure on Iris' Expo. Iris hasn't expanded again since that attack, and I think Iris has been very clever in terms of not overextending himself. I don't think he's really overextended himself in any game bar game 4, where I guess he was kind of forced into that sort of position after his horrible start. Bisu looks like now he's trying to coalesce his forces. Those tributaries are contributing to the large river of Bisu's army, and Bisu's got a large force out. He's got that Arbiter Tribunal up as well, but he hasn't got any Arbiters out there. Bisu now making a push at Iris' front door at that Expo just out the 12 o'clock position. Zealots running in. There are going to be a couple of Spider-Mines, but there aren't too many Vultures there. They're mostly siege tanks. Great storm by Bisu as well, catching a couple of siege tanks in the process. Storm all over Iris' forces. Iris does have some depth in lines of those siege tanks. He staggered them really well, but he doesn't have the Vultures need to. Bisu's Zealots are closing in on Iris' siege tanks. There's only 1 siege tank left. The Dragoons, he's got a large Dragoon force. Bisu just runs in there. He should be able to clear this base out. However, there's still a couple of Spider-Mines left. There's a couple of siege tanks left. Iris defending desperately. He needs to get some reinforcements out there. The Vultures are, there's only 3 Vultures left. They are going to be taken down, and Iris is going to be forced